we vlogging.
It's the 11th family
I bought this new top, this champion, and it was supposed to be £30, but it was 24, so I thought I might pick up that. Next, I went.
There were some complications in store.
I'm so happy to be back here. Right guys, so we are back with another Premier League predictions. Last week I took on Regan and it was actually quite a disappointing... It was actually quite a disappointing predictions because I got 9 points and Regan got 11 points.
You
so
suck.
So Regan is bottom of my leaderboard. Mine is 14 or 15. It's been accumulated. It's an average. So yeah. So
it's cheating basically.
So
that's really aggressive. I'm so sorry.
It is really aggressive of you. It is. So the way that the Premier League predictions work is that I go against someone on my course or anywhere, like Kirsty, our guest today. I thought because over the last 5 prediction videos that I've done, I lose against everyone, so I thought best way to get some points back.
The fuck? She's good.
Get someone who doesn't know about football. So Kirsty.
Football, I see.
So Kirsty, how do you think you're gonna do?
I think I'm gonna win.
You think you're gonna win?
100%.
Okay, so she's coming up against Emma and Katie back there, both on 20 points. They're still top. So
can we just appreciate the females are winning?
So the way that the Premier League predictions work is that you get 5 points if you guess the correct score and 3 points if you guess the correct result. So Kirsty, today, how do you think you will get on against the rest of the leaderboard?
Well, to be honest, Sonny, I think every single one of my predictions is correct. I think I'm going to get the most amount of points.
Yes, points. Well done.
Thank you.
So we go on to our first Premier League match of the weekend. We have got no early games. We move straight into 3 o'clock. We have Brighton against Leicester City.
Yes.
Brighton lost in the last minute against Cardiff last week in the 90th minute.
Correct.
So Leicester drew 0-0 against Burnley. So Kirsty, we'll start off with you as you're the guest.
I believe that Leicester are going to win 1-0. Because even though they're away, they're a better team as a whole.
As a whole? Okay.
And I feel like Brighton just haven't really been on form recently. So I have faith in Leicester.
So I'm also going to go for a Leicester win. I'm going to go 2-0 to Leicester. 2-0. Yeah. So I haven't copied you, so don't you start. So we move on to our second game. Everton against Cardiff. Now...
Yes.
You alright? You alright there?
Just clearing my throat.
Yeah. Alright. So, Everton against Cardiff City. I think that Everton will beat Cardiff despite the fact that Cardiff did beat Brighton last week. I think that I think that Everton are going to run away with this and I think they're going to win 3-1. Kirsty?
Oh, see, I've done 3-0.
Oh, you done 3-0?
I have, yes. I have absolutely no faith in Cardiff whatsoever. They're Welsh.
They're Welsh. So we move on to our next game, which is Fulham against Southampton. Now, I think this is going to be a fairly tight game.
I agree.
As it's two teams towards the bottom of the league, but I think it is going to end in a draw, and I think it is going to end 1-1.
We've gone for the exact same results, Sonny.
Have we?
Yes, I've also put proof 1-1.
Mad.
Because I think both sides haven't really demonstrated good play recently. I think they've both been sort of poor with their form recently, so 1-1.
Right, so we move on to Manchester United against Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace last week lost against Tottenham 1-0, and I think they're going to continue that losing run by losing 3-0 against Manchester United.
Interesting. I've put 3-1.
3-1?
3-1. Yes, I think Man U are starting to pick up the pace again. They weren't doing too
on
good
a rocky patch, yeah.
But I think they're coming up strong, and I think they're going to win 3-1.
Right, okay, love that.
Yeah.
Right, so we have Watford against Liverpool as our penultimate 3 PM game. I think that Liverpool are just going to run away with this once again. And probably easier, or rather not as easy as what they did against Fulham last week. I'm going to go for or rather 2 weeks ago because of the international break. So I'm going to go for a 1-0 Liverpool win.
Interesting.
I
have gone for a 3-1.
3-1.
Liverpool win. I know Watford have been doing relatively well. They are 7th in the table. But I think Liverpool are going to pull it out of the bag by quite a landslide result.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so the last 3 p.m. game on the Saturday is my boys West Ham against Manchester City, and I've got no confidence going into this game. We've conceded 13 goals in the 3 games that we've played against Manchester City at the Olympic Stadium, only scoring 1. So there's only one way I can see this going. I'm going to go for a 3-0 City win. I have no confidence in my boys this week.
I've gone for a 4-0.
4-0.
Well, Man City are top of the table at the moment, and as you say, West Ham have been doing absolutely dreadfully recently. So I've gone for a 4-0.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And to finish off Saturday, we have 5:30 Tottenham against Chelsea, a London derby. What a place to do it at Wembley Stadium. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Chelsea win. I think it's going to be very high scoring game, and yeah, I'm going to go 3-2 Chelsea.
I agree that it's going to be a very tight game, so I've actually gone for a draw. I've gone for a 2-2 draw.
Okay, so we move on to Sunday. We start 1:30 at Dean Court, Bournemouth against Arsenal. I think Arsenal will beat Bournemouth, but I think Bournemouth will put up a fight after Callum Wilson played for England and obviously scored in the international break against America. So I'm going to go with a 2-1 Arsenal win.
Oh, we've gone for the exact same result
Have
again.
we?
Oh, we're so alike.
Mad.
Yes, I completely agree with everything you have just said.
Okay. And finally, on Sunday at 4 p.m. at the Molineux, we have Wolverhampton Wanderers
Gang.
against Huddersfield. Now, Huddersfield drew against West Ham last week, or 2 weeks ago. I don't know why I keep on saying last week, but...
I don't know either, to be perfectly honest with you. It's quite irritating. I wish you would stop.
Yeah, so Huddersfield drew against West Ham last week in a game that we should really have taken.
Do you think?
We should really have taken it in the early stages. We did have chances, but Huddersfield went ahead for a very jammy goal, and then after all the pressure that we put on, we eventually came back. I think that it's going to end up a very, very tight game, and I think there's going to be no winners out of this. So I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw at the Molineux.
Okay, see, I've gone for a 3-2 win for the Wolves.
Quite high scoring we've gone for this week.
We have, yes. Well, I see solidarity and friendship, and my Katie over here is a Wolves supporter, and so I feel that they are going to win. I think they've been playing a lot better recently, given their recent game against Arsenal, and when Arsenal only actually got 1 point ahead of them.
So to finish off the Premier League weekend, we have Burnley against Newcastle on Monday night, 8 o'clock at Turf Moor. Burnley, as I said, drew against Leicester at the King Power Stadium. Remember, that's good. I think that Newcastle, despite beating Watford, I think will lose against Burnley. I think they will want to bounce back after not winning in quite a while. So I think Burnley are going to take this. I think they're going to take this 2-1. Kirsty?
I've done a 1-0 Newcastle win.
1-0 Newcastle win?
I have, yes.
Make you say that.
They both have the same amount of points on the league table. They've both won, drawn, and lost the exact same amount of matches. So I think it's obviously the tightest game of all.
Mad.
And but I feel like Newcastle's form has improved, and so I think they're going to take this one.
So guys, that is the end of the Premier League predictions for this weekend. We have got my predictions somewhere here, and we have got Kirsty's predictions somewhere around there. Kirsty, so how do you think you'll get on this week? How do you think those results will fare for you this week?
Sonny, I think I'm going to win.
You think you're going to win? You think you're going to amass the 20 points that Katie and Emma have?
Can I just say something?
Go on.
You had easier fixtures.
To be fair, so did you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
You did.
I didn't.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure you did. So thank you to Kirsty for coming down, even though this is Katie's room, so thank you for letting us have that today. So yeah, I think that's going to be about it. So we will see who wins and see if Kirsty climbs up the leaderboard or if I can make my way up somehow. But you will find out in the next Premier League predictions, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Bye!
See ya!